Hi everyone, Professor Christensen here. I'm making this video to help you out with your lab for this week since I won't be here. So what I'm going to do is get you started on the different parts of the budgets. So this is the spreadsheet that you're going to see when you open up your assignment. Notice that the data for your spreadsheet is all up here, and remember we're going to put formulas into each of the question mark cells. All right, so anywhere where you see a question mark, there's going to need to be a formula. All right, so I'm going to first put in a little piece of the sales budget. This is very easy. So this is just going to be equal to our first quarter sales. Okay. And second, this is year 2. First quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. And then our selling price per unit is $8. So our sales are going to be equal to the number of units we sell times the selling price per unit. Okay? All right, now if you make this an absolute reference, you can make your life easy, right? And then we'll just drag that across. Same thing with the 8. Make the 8 an absolute reference by clicking on F4, by the way. Drag that across, and then drag your formula across, and you have all of your sales. Oh, that didn't work. Why did that not work? Oh, I know why. Because I didn't want this to be absolute reference. This is not absolute reference. Let me go back. My first mistake ever. This is equal to that. Okay, that we want to change, but the 8 we don't want to change. All right, so there are all of our sales. All right, so next up we're going to do the schedule of cash collections. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but I'll get us started. So our accounts receivable beginning balance is the number that they give us here. All right. Now the thing to be careful of when you're working on these budgets is the years. So be careful because you end up with the year total over here, so you can't drag all the way across, because see, if you drag across from 4, then you get to the next year 1 when you really want a year total. So you have to make sure that you stop here and then add up your numbers. Okay. All right, so now how much are we going to collect in our first quarter sales? So what they tell us is our sales are collected 75% in the quarter that sales are made, 25% in the following quarter. Okay, so this is going to be equal to 75% times that quarter's sales. Okay, this is just going to be a sum. I'm going to do a sum here. Okay, now make sure when you sum you don't add in the 1. We only want a sum of the numbers here. Okay. And then, by the way, you could just drag that across because I did a sum of all of those cells, so this way you can drag it across. All right, let me do one more. So here we're going to have the other 25% of the first quarter sales. So this is equal to first quarter sales times 25%. And then the second quarter sales, 75% of the second quarter sales will go here. Okay, and then you're just going to continue. Your year is going to be a sum of these 4. Okay, and this one you could do either way, so it should equal the same. Make sure that this number here, we say foots and crossfoots, so make sure it adds up here and it adds up there to the same number. All right. Okay, let me get you started on the production budget. Now, production budget starts with budgeted unit sales. Okay, so that's equal to, you could make it equal to this, or you can go back up to the data. I'm going to go back up to the data. Okay. All right, now our desired finished goods inventory. Well, let's put in all of the unit sales. 4. And then the year is going to be a sum. Be careful with that. Okay. And this is going to be equal to the unit sales in the first quarter of year 3. Okay, so our desired finished goods inventory, it tells us, is 30% of the budgeted unit sales of the next quarter. So this is going to be equal to 30% times the budgeted unit sales of the next quarter. All right, our total needs are equal to this plus this. Our beginning inventory in this case is going to be the number that they tell us up here. So our finished goods beginning inventory is 12,000 units. And then this one is equal to the total needs minus what you have already, your beginning inventory. Okay. All right. Now, remember that your ending inventory for this period is the beginning inventory for the second quarter. So this number here is equal to that, right? Because your ending inventory for the first quarter is the same as your beginning inventory for the second quarter. All right. So here you're going to do again, this is equal to your next quarter's sales times 30%. Where are we? Where's our 30%? Here it is. Okay. And then again, we can add across. And again, we can subtract. And we have our second quarters in the second year. Okay. All right. So once you get all that done, you're going to change your data. So that means you're going to take these numbers, copy them, and you're going to paste them in up here. Uh-oh, I did something wrong. This is B25 times B26. So what's wrong with that? I don't know. Let's see. This is equal to, oh, I know what happened. I can tell you what happened. There's something weird with this spreadsheet. These numbers are coming across as text instead of data. So I'm going to, I remember this from previous that never got fixed. Just retype these numbers as numbers. Okay, now let's redo this. So now we're going to copy this, paste it up here. All right, and then what happens is all of your numbers, if you've done it right, your numbers are all going to change and you're going to have new numbers. And you're going to have new cash collection, total cash collection. So you're going to put that number here and the total required production under the revised budget. Okay. All right. So I think that's all that you probably need. I hope that gives you a good head start. And you can always email me, even though I won't be here, you could always email me. Okay. All right. Enjoy budgeting.